down your question. We'll have like 5 minutes to take question, and that's why I'm going to just make sure we take the questions together in lump sum. Okay, so the next question now, we're moving into the marriage itself because we've already seen that, okay, from what I deduce, you have to be friends. From friendship, that's how you grew, you know, and you were able to know that, okay, this is a person I want to spend the rest of my life with and all that. So that's good. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. So, coming to marriage, like we were, when you were ministering, sir, we say marriage is hard work. We know that it's a lot of hard work because it takes two people from two different backgrounds coming together. So the fiction is there. So we'd just like you to share with us just one thing that you've done in your marriage that has contributed to its success as of today. You know.
Amen. For me, it's patient, you know. I just, right from the beginning of our marriage, I knew that I have to be patient because I just know that a lot of friction that we're having when we got married was a result of lack of patience. So I say, okay, if I'm patient a little bit, I will be able to understand better, be able to respond better, and be able to make sure that our marriage work better. So that is patient, and patient is a lot of work because then there are things that you want to happen now, but you just have to say, you know what, I'll take it easy, I'll take it, give a benefit of the doubt, you know, and move forward from there. So I'll say patient, and it plays its course very well.
Thank you.
Yes, I mean, to me, I would say it's patient and also tolerance. And I think both probably work in hand, work together. Tolerance, that you get to the point where not everything, you don't argue about everything, but you tolerate a lot of things, so at least you can get the time to understand the other person. You don't always jump to conclusion. People may not do things the way you've always done it, right?
Yeah.
But to be able to say, you know what, I will tolerate this, and I'll be very flexible. So it's not going to be like, oh, you have to put this right way, but just to be able to make some adaptation, to be able to tolerate that, to be very flexible, and just don't pick on little things that become a huge issue, to just be able to tolerate that and go with that.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so the next question is, you know, because you've already mentioned patience and all that. Forgiveness, it's preferred to permitted divorce. You know, there was a portion in the Bible, the argument about, oh, can we divorce this woman? Can you divorce on this basis and all that? But, you know, we know that marriage is also two forgivers coming together to make it work. But can we ask you, sir, and ma'am, are there situations in which it will be difficult or even impossible to forgive within marriage?
Let me approach it this way. Forgiveness itself is possible because Jesus says that we should forgive. Okay. So forgiveness is possible. There is no, forgiveness is not impossible, it is possible. Where the problem is because the onus is on us to now forgive. Okay. Can we now forgive? Amen. Amen. So, yes, there is, a biblical basis for divorce, okay, maybe on adultery basis, on this basis, but can that be forgiven? So what I've noticed in time of divorce is that some people, the Bible says it takes two, right? That can two work together except they be agreed. Did you understand? So one other, even if it's forgiveness, the other person can say, "I forgive him." What if the other person say no? Do you understand? So what often results into divorce eventually is not whether there is no possibility for divorce, for forgiveness. It's just that, can someone do it? Amen. Can somebody get to the place and say that, okay, I can let go, I can forgive, we can move on. And that is where the challenge is. And that is as a result of hardening of the heart. If someone else's heart is so hardened and say, you know what, that is it, I can't go back, it's done, it's finished. The other person may want it, but there's nothing it can do if the other person say, I can't continue anymore. So forgiveness itself is possible. But if the other person is open to now say that, though it is very tough, it is challenging, it is difficult, but I want to forgive, then you have opened door, then you can ask the Holy Spirit to help you, for God to help you to get to that point of healing and forgiveness.
Okay. Pastor V?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there is any. It might be difficult to forgive. It might be very, very tough. I mean, there are some things that people do, even that sometimes it's so like you can't even fathom why would somebody do that to the person they profess to love. But that doesn't mean it cannot be forgiven. Everything takes the grace of God. Everything takes the Spirit of God. Especially when someone you've trusted, someone you've lived together that knows in and out of you, and they use everything they know about you against you, or just try to maybe just destroy your reputation, just go to any length. It might be, it's probably going to be very, very difficult, but with the grace of God, we can forgive, because if Christ can do it, we are like followers of Christ. So we can do that. And like he said, no, it's two people. If they both agree, forgive, and agree to continue, then it can work. But if one party is not in agreement, then the other person cannot. Two have to work together until they agree. Yeah.
Thank you. So basically mean there is no sin that is beyond forgiveness.
Yeah.
Of course,
Not
yeah.
forgiving or tending to eventually go into divorce means the hardness of heart.
Yes.
Okay, thank you,
Hardness
sir.
of heart.
Okay, thank you, sir. So this is the other one. We live in a society right here, the bills, and it's all about bills. So, and we know that we have ups and downs within our finances. So how do we handle financial stress in the home? Let me put it this way. How do couples communicate their financial needs, work together on it, and have the same goal towards how the finances can be used in the home? No one, okay, we come together, we agree that this is how we want the finances to be, and then one is busy using the money this way, the other is busy, divided within. So how do we handle that? And there is a lapse. There will always be a lapse when it comes to that way. If you're not agreeing to set a goal and work by that goal together as a couple in the home with your finances, So how do we handle that financial stress in the home? Because it does causes divorce. I've heard some people divorce based on, he's too deep into debt. We're trying to bring it out, but it's not working towards so how do we prevent that from leading to something that we don't want?
Number one is this is very crucial in relationship, because it's one of those things that break relationship money. Usually, we myself and my husband, we do what we call premarital counseling for people before they get to that part. So at least they kind of have an awareness of this, because it's going to come up. We spend money. Especially in this society that we live in, this environment, everything that you do is tied to money. If you don't pay your light bill, they will cut it off. If you don't pay your mortgage, they will kick you out. So everything is just interconnected. But usually both couples need to come together and see what works. Some people will do joint account, that everything comes together in one account, and somebody is responsible for just writing out the check from there. Or you kind of say, you know what, this is which area both couple agree. The husband is responsible for this. The wife is responsible for this. But you must know what works for you. But both must come together to identify, these are the things that we need in this house. Number one, you have to pay for your living. And you have to pay for the food. You have to pay for children and all of those things. So how do you want to structure yourself that we are paying for this? Is it that percentage from your job go to an account, and mine go to an account, and from that we draw out to be able to pay all of this? But it needs to be talked about, and you guys agree what works. Because if somebody is just spending money for other things and the mail bill is not being paid, before you know it, it's going to be a burden to both of you. But agreeing before you start that this is what I'm doing, this is what you're doing, that everybody's on the same page. Being transparent, because that will help. Because sometimes people might think men make this amount. You may be thinking your spouse make this much money, right? And then you put a lot of commitment on him, like, yo, pay, do this. And the guy's not even making that much money, right? So, but when you guys are open to talk about it, you can know, you know what? Your salary is not enough to pay for all of this. So I come in here, you come in here, let's bridge and give room. So at least he has money to be able to take for his personal care. I mean, there are some things I don't want to know if he does. You want to go have your haircut, go. You don't need permission for you to go. You know, at least that you're able to do that. And even as a lady, so that you have some reservation. Here, when you want to have lunch with your friends, you want to go do your nails. I mean, that you can do that and nothing is still nothing is being affected with that area. Just having that communication, transparency, and then be able to put something together.
Do you have any contribution?
All right. So that is establishing a financial system in your home. Every relationship, every family, whether you're single now, you're intending to get married, when you meet whoever you're marrying with or you are in relationship right now, establish a financial system. It is very, very crucial that you have a financial system. How are we going to be managing our finances together? With transparency, this is how it's going to go. We established that actually we had a mentor that actually helped us to determine which category works better for us. We can talk about that another different day, But what is very important is that it's very important that the couple should understand their finances. They should understand their goal, their vision. What are the things that you want to do financially? And you say, what are the things that we are going to do with our money? If, for example, you want to start a project that required a lot of money, praise the name of the Lord. The other person must be carried along. It's not that it's just, why are we running out of money? And the other person is that then eventually we realize that you are building one mansion somewhere in Africa. And it's like, I didn't know about it. So that is where all our money is going. Or you are hiding something somewhere. So when it comes to money, transparency is the key. It has to be the key. You have to be transparent, so that the other day we were talking, I would say, oh, wow, it would be good to have, all these wonderful smooth cars and everything. And Temitaya was with us. He said, Daddy, what about we just have Lamborghini, Lambo? I said, what? Do you know about Lamborghini? I was like, I was telling my wife, I said, look at that. She knows about it, Thank God the pastor bought it for his wife. Pastor Victoria didn't say I have to buy it for her. So... So don't go into the area of financial stress if you understand what all of you earn. If you can, she knows it. I don't like financial stress. If there's anything, so especially study your current bills. And if you have to go into anything that will jack up your bill up, you both have to decide what are we going to do about paying it, because we don't have it. And if you cannot pay it, it's better you leave it. Praise the name of the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Let me just touch on that one little thing for singles. Where before you go into marriage, it's one of those things that you must understand about your spouse. Because if there's someone that is already in debt, you guys are really going to struggle before you start. So be very transparent. You're going to inherit it, and then it's going to be unfair to one party. So, but those are the things that when you are going out, dating, that you want to be able to talk about. Okay, how financial stable are you? I mean, we're not talking about having big money, but just making sure that this person is not into so many debt, because or else it's going to put the stress and the pressure on you, and it's unfair to you, and that begins to be a very faulty foundation to begin with.
That's true. Thank you so much. So that means transparency with your finances in marriage will actually override the stress.
That's right.
Thank you, sir.
That's right.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I'll ask one more question, then I'll begin to get we'll quickly take questions from the audience. Thank you so much.
You're patient.
Okay, so let's talk about the children. How do you agree on how to discipline the children? Like, is one party